The grind of the Big Ten schedule. Ask every team in the league, and you just never know night to night how a game will end. But you might assume that it'll go down to the wire. That's been the case multiple times for the Badgers, including a Tuesday night down to the wire home thrilling victory against Maryland, and then on the road a few days later against Michigan State. We'll look back at the highlights of the two games this week. We'll hear from Trevor Anderson, the Badgers guard, who's making that recovery, and a good one, from the knee injury that cut short his season last year. And we'll get some comments from that tough-as-nails point guard, and we'll have our weekly conversation with head coach Gard. All coming up on today's installment of the Badgers Sports Report.
Runs it out to Scott, three-shot right corner, and that's way off the mark, and it comes down to Dimitri Trice on the scoot. Front court, feeds forward, down to King. Baseline left to the rim, layup good. That's good work by King, as he wanted to punch it, but it just wasn't quite right there in the elevation. Sends it back out to Trice. The Badgers reset with a shot clock at 10. Trice around a Potter screen to the free throw line. Out to Micah. He'll try a three. Left of the circle. He hit it. Micah Potter was 4 of 6 from distance at Penn State. 5 quick ones for Micah tonight. Anderson hands off to Davison. Outside left. Feeds Reavers. Hands it back to Brad. Brad steps back. Long two. Right of the circle. Good. Nothing but net for Davison, and now has 5. 27-22 Wisconsin, 2 minutes left in the half. Here's Pritzl to the free throw line, out to Reavers, good look at a three, left side money. Reavers his first hit from distance, 30-22 Wisconsin, 13.6 seconds to play, shot clock off, 54-53 Maryland. And Marcel looking, still looking, and a pass deflected on Davison, tapped it off of Marcel, and out of bounds to Wisconsin. 12.4 to play.
Defensively, we knew we had the possession and the jump ball arrow, so we weren't going to try to foul right away. We were going to try to get a steal. So whether that was after they got the inbounds pass in, or if we could get a tip pass. So I was trying to give Cowan a little bit. They did a little crisscross, and I ended up on Cowan. I knew that's who they wanted to get the ball to, so I tried to give him a little cushion to try to bait him into throwing it. And it worked out where I was able to get a hand on it. And then I hit it a little too hard, so it was going to go out of bounds. I wasn't able to grab it, so kind of my only opportunity there was to try to find a Maryland guy to throw it off of, and luckily Marcel was still standing there from throwing the ball in.
Trice, baseline right, looking, throws it to Davison, right corner three, got it! Davison hits a three, 9.1 to play, as the Badgers take a 2-point lead as Brad Davison goes ice cold blooded.
Coach had a great play call. It's something that we've ran throughout the year and had a lot of success with. I don't know if it was Nate or Brevin, but someone must have got Marcel pretty good on the screen, because he got me. I think it was Nate. Yeah, Nate said it was Nate. So got a lot of daylight, got a really good look. And those are shots that we drill, whether it's in practice or if I'm in here late nights, early mornings. Those are kind of shots that you dream about and you think about. So to have the opportunity. Very thankful for that opportunity and see the ball drop. But most importantly, that's a big win for this team. I think whenever you can stack 2 wins in a row in this league, especially this year, it goes a long way.
Brad's always that way. He's always diving on the floor, making a play. He's a playmaker, making plays.
This is Wisconsin basketball. Loose ball snapped up by King. Here's Kobe, goes to the goal, runs it up and in! Brevin Pritzl, his 4th from downtown. Strikes high, 4-3, Gard! Dimitri Trice again with a big shot. Davison for 3, tied in! Blocked by Reavers, out of bounds.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
At Hy-Vee, we'll do whatever it takes to partner with the best Midwest ranchers and bring you the highest quality beef. Less than 10% of all USDA choice beef is even good enough to be called Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. And you'll save with fuel savers, price declines, and mega meat sales. We'll do whatever it takes to bring you the best tasting meat at the best price. Because we're Hy-Vee, and we'll do whatever it takes.
When being sick isn't as bad as
not knowing why you're sick.
When questions lead to confusion
and angst and anxiety.
When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
And all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There is no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
Dietrich Trice high on the right, nothing inside. Now a lean forward, left of the circle, sends to Davison, left wing. Davison into Reavers, left block, posting on Winston, goes up and in. Good matchup there, to say the least, for Nate Reavers. 39-22, Michigan State. Minute gone by, second half. To the right side. Above the three-point line, feeds Wall, rotates Davison, baseline left. Brad against Aaron Henry, throws to Reavers. He'll try a three and hit it from the left wing. There's three-point hit tonight for Reavers. He has 10 points in the game, 39-25 Michigan State. It comes down to Dietrich Trice. And Kobe King limping a bit. Bingham slow to get up, playing 4-on-4. Here's Trice, feeds Reavers. Left side, another three, rattles in. Couple of three-point hits for Nate Reavers, and the Badgers have an 8-point run going. Here comes Dietrich Trice. Chance to cut it to single digits here. Trice on the right side. Jumper away. Good from the right wing. Making a 10-point run for the Badgers. 39-30 Michigan State. Circled. Nope. Long rebound. Trice for Wisconsin. And here comes Dietrich up the left sideline of the front court against Gabe Brown. Trice finds Reavers for three. Straight away. Money. Nate Reavers on fire from long range. Davison throwing to Reavers off the left wing against Tillman. Left block, turns left shoulder and flips it in with the right hand, and he was fouled in the process. That's a great job playing through the contact. Davison, baseline left, inbounds to Reavers. Nate hands off to Davison. Brad the drive, left of the lane. One pump goes up over Henry and kissed it off the glass and through. And Kobe King, right of the lane. Kobe splits two defenders, left of the lane, fades, flips, and will dance in for Kobe King. He has 8, 67-49, Michigan State, 2:50 to play. They had a 13-point run early in the second half. Davison, baseline left will inbound, looking, goes into Pritzel, low on the left, slam dunk. Brevin Pritzel, his first points of the game.
When their cry is a different kind of cry.
When you know they're sick, but are afraid to know how sick they really are.
That's when you want answers. When you need answers.
Because when it's your child,
your baby,
it's different.
This is where you'll find doctors unlike any other doctors, where we treat the untreatable and conquer the seemingly unconquerable. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There is no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
4-0 Maryland, about a minute 40 gone by. Ford goes inside. Reavers catches, left block, up left hand. Good off the glass over Jalen Smith. And that gets the Badgers on the board. Trice to the front court, hands off to Kobe King. Bounces Brad Davis in between the circles against Dante Scott. Brad off the Reaver screen. Now he's open. Brad will drain a three from up top. Scott got lost underneath the screen, and Davison made him pay. 5-4 Wisconsin. Out to Brad Davison. Bounce pass Potter. Right wing. Micah against Jalen Smith. Micah backs him in. Wants the up and under. Tough shot right hand. Good. Coming off a 24-point, 13-rebound game at Penn State. Turnover Maryland. Here's Trice to the front court. Left-hand dribble. Into Micah low on the right. Goes up. Got it. It counts. And a foul. Pass for Davison. 10 to shoot. Brad probes off the wing. Now to Pritzl. Rotates to Trice. Baseline left. Out to Micah. Takes the three. Now takes the three left side. Oh, my goodness. Micah Potter. Throwing to Davison high on the left. Feeds Pritzl on the left wing. Bounce pass Potter. Left block against Smith. Potter steps through. Goes up and in off the glass. Potter with 11. 35-34 Maryland. 14-15 remaining. Trevor Anderson throwing to Potter for three. Right side. Tie game. Micah Potter, his second hit from beyond the arc. 39 all. King left of the circle. Kobe drives left of the lane. Wiggins cuts him off. A throw to Reavers. Open three. Left wing. Good. Back at you three from Reavers, who has 12. Now it's Reavers right of the circle. He'll send to Davison. 15 to shoot. 3 minutes to play. Davison into a posting Kobe King. He's against Morcell. Kobe. Right block. He backs. He backs. He pumps. Low on the left. Up. Got. Badgers take the lead. 51-50 with 2:50 remaining. It's Cowan to the front court. We have 5 seconds. Cowan for three up top. It's off the rim. No good. Rebound Ayala. Left corner three. No good. And the Badgers win it. Brad Davison the three, and the defense gets the stop. Maryland had 2 shots, and it came up empty.
It'll be back home for the Badgers on Tuesday night. Another 8 o'clock tip at the Kohl Center against Nebraska as the Michigan State game behind them, as well as the Maryland game, a thriller at the Kohl Center, the last home game last Tuesday night. Greg, we've been talking here the last few weeks since Micah has been eligible, and that you can pretty comfortably go 9 deep now. Do you like the term second unit? We use that a lot. I mean, it's so interchangeable, it seems. I'm not sure a second unit is fair.
I don't think second is, second isn't fair because a lot of those guys, and you see practices a few days a week, and we team them up and go 5 versus 5. And a lot of time, second comes in first in some of the stuff we do. So I think this group has really understood and embraced the fact that we've got a team, so to speak, for lack of a better term. And maybe not a better term because that is the proper term for this group. They really, rely. We don't care who it is, as I tell them all the time. I don't care where the contributions come from, and they have traded that around the room every game. As long as somebody's got Wisconsin on the front of their jersey, that's all we care.
As you're answering that question, I thought of the practice that was the day before the Maryland game, where the second unit couldn't miss.
Right.
Seen that movie a lot over the years, but I wasn't sure they were going to miss all day.
Yeah, and they vocally let the first unit know about it too. Every time that ball goes in, there's a lot of chirping going on.
The fun part, we mentioned Micah, that transition, because we have mentioned in previous shows, either here and radio, when he first joined the team, was on the practice squad, he maybe raised some eyebrows, his ability to shoot the ball. That's scout team work, rotation work, it's happening too. He and Nate, that's a great combination there. They really complement one another, don't they?
They do, and I think, we've gone through the first 7-8 games here. Their early first 6, I think it was, one of the 2 were always in foul trouble. So it's trying to play them together, although it sounds great in theory, and we'll try to do that as we go forward, but there's a multitude of reasons why maybe it hasn't worked, and the biggest reason through the first handful of games that one or the 2 or both were in foul trouble, and then you're trying to make sure you're staying fresh on that front line, and specifically with Nate trying to improve his stamina and endurance, that little bit of rest time that he can get when Mike is on the floor helps. And in today's game too, with so many mobile stretch 4s or playing 4 guards, you're looking at defensive matchups. Who can we? Yeah, it's great to throw 2 bigs out there, but if 2 bigs can't guard anybody, or there's not a good matchup for one of them, then the risk is way more detrimental than the reward.
Well, the matchup is the key term too, right? Maybe some gut feel as a coach as well as down the stretch. Is it Nate or is it Micah? And maybe just depends on what you need on a given night.
It is, and for example, the Maryland game, it was so many ball screens with Cowan, and knowing that Nate had 2.5 years or so experience with that. He had seen Anthony Cowan coming off ball screens at him, staring him in the face before. He's been in those positions. I went with a defensive philosophy that we had to get that ball screen under control, and it took us a while, but we were able to get there at the end. Nate had a terrific deflection on one of those lobs, and like I said, his experience, and it takes a while for a big. Bigs typically, Mike hasn't been in our system defensively, even though he's a junior. He's really getting the first taste of game experience with having to make those split-second decisions. And like I said, Nate had picked that up back as a freshman, as well as any big we've had here in a long time.
Another play I want to ask you about is Dimitri Trice. I know he had a stretch where he was pouring in a bunch of points. Recently, that hasn't been the case, but he's still been helping in other ways, right? Defensively,
he's been really good. You know, I thought he did a pretty good job on Cowan. That's a hard matchup for anybody because he's so shifty and has such a burst with the ball. But I thought he did a good job, and his assist-to-turnover ratio has been good. I think it was 4-1 again the other night against Maryland. So, the shot we know is there's gonna be some ebbs and flows. Don't try to attach your game or your emotional status to whether the ball goes in for you or not, or how many shots you're getting, because this group, as we've talked about, the balance across this group, the baton can be in somebody else's hand offensively for that given night. So make sure you're solid and help the team in other ways, and Meach has been doing that with the defense he's played.
Boy, one of the things that opponents, it's been a challenge, I would think, as an opponent of the Badgers is who's going to be that guy taking the big shot. We saw it with Brad the other night, Brevin in the Ohio State game. But, the big shot gets you the highlight, but with a guy like Brad, that's that glue guy. What do you call him, the mortar between the
mortar
bricks?
between the bricks, yeah. And he's just, it's that vocal leadership, that presence that, he wants to be a coach someday. He's going to be a hell of a coach when that happens down the road. But I watch him take notes in our scout, in our film session. He fills up pages of stuff that is really irrelevant to our game per se, but things I'll point out I see that could happen on film, and he's diagramming everything out. So he really is a student of the game, and it shows on the floor because I listen to him every day in practice. He's one step ahead of everybody from a vocal standpoint, and you need that. And obviously the two plays he made against Maryland, the steal and the wherewithal to throw it off the Marcel out of bounds and then hitting the three, obviously gets a lot of the highlights. But he does so many other things that never show up in a box score to help this team.
That defensive play he made, it reminded me in some ways, the circumstances weren't quite the same, of Michael Flowers at Texas, right? Throws a ball up in the air and just heads up.
You know who I just talked to Coach Ryan on the way in today, and he brought up that exact in reverse order because it was offense then defense. Brad made it defense then offense. But yeah, it's amazing how some plays recall memories of years ago of plays that have been made.
Well, bottom line is you guys do a good job recruiting smart players.
Hey, that makes my job a lot easier. It makes me look a lot smarter when they know what's going on the floor.
No doubt about it. Brad and the rest of the Badgers on the home floor on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock tip at the Kohl Center as the Badgers take on Nebraska. Coach is back in a few minutes with our question of the week. Stick around.
When being sick isn't as bad as
not knowing why you're sick.
When questions lead to confusion
and angst and anxiety.
When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
And all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
At Hy-Vee, we'll do whatever it takes to partner with the best Midwest ranchers and bring you the highest quality beef. Less than 10% of all USDA choice beef is even good enough to be called Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. And you'll save with fuel savers, price declines, and mega meat sales. We'll do whatever it takes to bring you the best tasting meat at the best price. Because we're Hy-Vee, and we'll do whatever it takes.
Anderson still on the dribble, outside left, 10 on the shot clock. Anderson to the line, down the lane, to the rim, layup good. Trevor Anderson goes into attack mode. 46-40. Anderson grimacing a little bit as he goes back to the defensive end.
Last season in that Iowa game, it was a knee injury. As a freshman at UWGB, it was a back injury that cost him time. Staying on the court has been tough for Trevor Anderson, but this season he's getting his legs back under him after knee surgery.
Mentally, emotionally, I've gotten very good just with dealing it that way. I think earlier on, I let it beat me up a little too much.
A pass now for Anderson, baseline left, got by Lucas, now in the heavy traffic inside. Trevor low on the left, able to finish.
The redshirt junior has played in all 18 games so far this year for the Badgers while working his knee back into shape.
I definitely feel quicker, faster, more confident in it. My jumping isn't all there. I probably couldn't jump before, but now I really can't jump.
Well, I know it's frustrating for him. He wants to play even better than he is, but he's been a tremendous help all season long. And he has to flip-flop from scout team back over to first team and those type of things. And he just, you know, he plays with a tenacity, and he really understands as a point guard how to get that ball moving. He may not be scoring a whole lot, but he makes the team better when he's on the floor. And that's something hard to do off the bench in limited minutes.
In high school at Stevens Point, he scored over 2,300 points, won back-to-back state titles, and was named Wisconsin Player of the Year. His game is different now, coming off the bench for the Badgers, but when his number 12 is called, he's giving it all he's got.
I think energy. I think I get the offense moving, and then just toughness, smart basketball IQ, things like that. Things that probably don't go in the stat sheet all the time, but those things I really pride myself on.
And while he can't be sure how many minutes he'll play in each game, Anderson works to stay ready.
I've talked to him about this multiple times. I had a brief cup of coffee in the NBA, and that was my role. You never knew when you were going to play, but the key is to be prepared at all times and always approach every game, whether you had a good performance the last time or if you had a good practice. Be prepared, and that's where this focus is, and he just comes in there with no fear, and that's the big thing about Trevor. He has no fear when he's out there on the court.
For the Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard, I'm Jay Williams.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There's no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time for this week's question of the week comes from lacrosse. Larry checking in this week wants to know, speaking of lacrosse, about the recruiting class, how these guys are enjoying their senior year. A couple of lacrosse guys coming in.
Yeah, you got two pretty good ones up there, Larry and Jordan and Johnny Davis, and those two guys are having a really good year. Johnny had a big night against Logan the other night, 44 points, and I think Central's still undefeated, so they're having a great year. The two big guys, Stephen Crow and Ben Carlson up in Minnesota, having really good years, and Lauren Bowman over in Detroit, Michigan, is having a really good year. So excited about that group, and I've told them from the beginning, Matt, just, hey, we're through the recruiting process. We'll follow you. We'll stay in touch. Enjoy your senior year. This is going to go real fast. Don't wish it away. Don't try to fast forward your life. Appreciate this. Try to win a state championship, but enjoy all the steps in that final year in high school.
That's the beauty of signing when they did, right? Because
Right.
that's out of the way.
Takes the pressure off.
Yeah, it does.
You know, and lets them really enjoy their senior year.
All right, Larry, we thank you for your question. The Badgers home on Tuesday, on the road on Friday. Tuesday night against Nebraska, 8 o'clock tip. And then another Friday night road game as the Badgers make the trip to Mackey Arena to face the Purdue Boilermakers. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
Hy-Vee, we'll do whatever it takes to partner with the best Midwest ranchers and bring you the highest quality beef. Less than 10% of all USDA choice beef is even good enough to be called Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. And you'll save with fuel savers, price declines, and mega meat sales. We'll do whatever it takes to bring you the best tasting meat at the best price. Because we're Hy-Vee, and we'll do whatever it takes.
When their cry is a different kind of cry.
When you know they're sick, but are afraid to know how sick they really are.
That's when you want answers. When you need answers.
Because when it's your child,
your baby,
it's different.
This is where you'll find doctors unlike any other doctors, where we treat the untreatable and conquer the seemingly unconquerable. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.